Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. There has been a lot of news regarding the VA and its resources being utilized on the southern border, working to assist other agencies with illegal immigration and processing and helping to facilitate bill payments to providers and all kinds of different things. So, sure enough, now we have two pieces of legislation that I wanted to bring to your attention that call for action specifically regarding this issue. So hang in here with me. Let's read through a couple different things. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. That's what helps to push this information along. The two asks really are hit that thumbs up and let the video run, because that's what gets this information out there. Now, with anything regarding legislation, it's important that you take some sort of action. And look, I get it. Not everybody's going to agree on every single piece of legislation. Do your own due diligence. Read through it a little bit. I'm here to bring it to your awareness, hence information, right? Info tap, pushing out information, bring it to your awareness, do a little bit of research, make a phone call to your representative to support it if you support it. If you don't, then you don't. That's fine too. But you have this now in your lap, and if you do support this, then that's what we need to do. So again, there's two pieces of legislation, one on the Senate side, one on the House side, and wanted to go through it here, see if we can uncover anything, get any little nuggets along the way on what's going on. So here we go. Tuberville House VA Chair Bost introduce No VA Resources for Illegal Aliens Act. So this is Tuberville on the Senate side. So Senator Tuberville and House VA Chairman Bost together are introducing this act, right? So you have basically a companion act on the Senate side. So let's jump through this. This is on publicnow.com. I'm going to read through this, and then I'll read another little piece directly from the Chairman Bost's website as well. So here we go. Today, U.S. Senator and Senate Veterans Affairs Committee member Tommy Tuberville and House Veterans Affairs Committee Chairman Mike Bost introduced legislation to stop Department of Veterans Affairs resources from being used to provide taxpayer-funded health care to illegal aliens. Reports indicate that the Department of Homeland Security is leveraging the VA's established claims processing system to facilitate healthcare services to illegal aliens in ICE detention. The Community Care Network was created to ensure veterans have access to health care without lengthy wait times or having to travel long distances. This program allows veterans to choose whether to seek care at a VA facility or in their own community. It is vital that Congress protect the integrity of this program so that veterans may continue to enjoy access to quality and timely care. It says here, Coach Tuberville's legislation would prohibit the VA from providing health care or engaging in claims processing for anyone unlawfully present in the United States. There's a quotation here. Joe Biden is putting illegal immigrant, and look, I get it. We're in election time too, so obviously there's going to be a little bit of that vibe going on. But the fact is, veterans need to come first with the VA. So let's read on. Joe Biden is putting illegal immigrants over American veterans, said Coach Tuberville. It's outrageous. Our veterans should not be forced to wait in long lines at VA medical centers and clinics to get the care they earned while illegal immigrants waltz across our open border and get taxpayer-funded health care they never earned. Our veterans should have the best health care we can provide, and illegals who have no right to be in this country don't deserve a dime of taxpayer money. Congress needs to pass this legislation to stop the president from robbing veterans to pay off illegals. Next quotation here. The president's failure failed border policies have created a humanitarian and national security crisis. Now it appears he's taking resources away from our veterans to facilitate health care for illegal migrants, said Chairman Bost. As a Marine, I believe any dollar taken away from a veteran is a promise broken to those who served. I've demanded answers from the administration and been stonewalled every step of the way. Until I get the response our veterans deserve, I'll use every available tool in my chairmanship to end this practice and put our veterans first. Joining Coach Tuberville and Chairman Bost in sponsoring the bill are Senators Tom Tillis and Marcia Blackburn, as well as Congressman Keith Self, Jack Bergman, Scott Franklin, and Marionette Miller Meeks. It says to read on about the bill here. So, background. Last month, Coach Tuberville pressed a Biden VA official about reports of the VA providing health care services to illegal immigrants during the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee hearing. And this is something that has been in the news. I pushed information out on this and shared information from the VA specifically on this as well. Moving on, fighting for veterans. The legislation builds on Coach Tuberville's years of work to improve outcomes for America's veterans. As the son of a highly decorated World War II veteran and Purple Heart recipient, Coach Tuberville is passionate about improving the way our nation treats its veterans and military families. He is proud to sit on the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee, where he advocates for the 400,000 veterans in Alabama and millions more across the country. Coach Tuberville consistently works to identify targeted challenges and will improve how the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs delivers care and benefits to veterans and service members. In November, Coach Tuberville penned an op-ed announcing his support for the Restore VA Accountability Act. In the piece, Coach Tuberville explains why he is supporting the Restore VA Accountability Act of 2023 to create transparency at the VA. During his first 2 years in office, Coach successfully championed two standalone bills focused on making life easier for veterans and military families. Both bills passed with bipartisan support and were signed by President Joe Biden, a rare achievement for a freshman senator in the minority party. Coach Tuberville and U.S. Senator Marcia Blackburn reintroduced the Veterans Health Care Freedom Act to give veterans more flexibility when making medical decisions and greater access to the free market healthcare system. The bill would expand treatment options for veterans by taking VA out of the community care referral process and creating a 3-year pilot program that allows veterans to schedule necessary appointments at medical facilities in the VA's network. Coach Tuberville co-sponsored the Veteran Improvement Commercial Driver's License Act, which, by the way, I think is great, which will cut red tape to allow more veterans to find a good-paying job and help address the trucker shortage. Senator Tuberville has been an original co-sponsor of the resolution to officially designate National Post-Traumatic Stress Awareness Month for 2 years. While Congress has passed wide-sweeping comprehensive legislation in the VA healthcare space in recent years, veterans on the margins, such as rural, overseas, or community care veterans, still face challenges accessing care. To fix the problem, Tuberville introduced the Guaranteeing Health Care Access to All Personnel Who Served, which is GAPS with an H in there, GHAPS, GAPS Act, to identify persistent gaps and craft innovative solutions to meet unique needs of every veteran and to make certain all veterans receive quality and timely care. The GAPS Act, and I get it, we kind of veered off from the original one, but I just wanted to kind of finish this out. So the GAPS Act codified accessing standards for the Veterans Community Care Program, created access standards of community care delivered to ensure veterans receive timely care in their own community, direct the VA to create strategic plan to ensure the department is addressing continuity of care issues for veterans. And I guess the idea here is that this is kind of the backstory of all the efforts put into place so veterans can seek the care that they need. And if it is being eroded in any way, that needs to be rectified. And that, I think, is what this is trying to address here. Ensure all veterans with treatment-resistant depression have access to the necessary evidence-based care to put them on the path to recovery. Cut the red tape for VA research so that veterans benefit from more timely research-informed care. Then it goes to a next section here stating securing the border. Senator Tuberville supports common sense policies that strengthen our border and national security, like building the wall and reinstating the migrant protections protocols, also known as the Remain in Mexico policy. Senator Tuberville has spoken about his concerns on the floor of the U.S. Senate and called on the Biden administration to act. During his 3 years in the United States Senate, Tuberville has made multiple visits to the southern border and worked on many legislative initiatives to secure the border, including giving law enforcement the tools they need to keep our communities safe and reinforming immigration law to crack down on abuse and discourage illegal immigration. Yesterday, Tuberville introduced the Border Safety and Security Act and amendment to the Support Act legislation to address the opioid crisis. During the markup, Tuberville explained that Congress cannot begin to address the opioid crisis until the southern border is secure. Tuberville originally introduced the Border and Security Act in March of 2023 as part of his continued push to protect Americans by combating the border crisis created by the President Biden's immigration policies. Earlier this month, Coach Tuberville called on the Department of Health and Human Resources, or Health and Human Services, Office of Refugee Resettlement, to overhaul its harmful and deficient policies regarding the treatment of unoccupied alien children in the United States. It just kind of goes on and on and on. It's kind of, again, backstory. So let's slide over here now to Mike Bost on the House side as the chairman of the Veterans Committee. So here it says on his website, Bost introduces bill blocking VA funding for illegal migrants. United States Representative Mike Bost, chairman of the House Veterans Affairs Committee, today introduced legislation to block the Department of Veterans Affairs, VA, from using its resources to provide health care or engage in claims processing for illegal migrants. The No VA Resources for Illegal Aliens Act comes after reports indicated that the Department of Homeland Security is leveraging the VA's established claims processing system through its Financial Services Center to pay for illegal migrants in ICE detention. So, the VA's Financial Services Center supports the VA's community care mission to ensure veterans have access to health care without being forced to travel long distances or suffer lengthy wait times for care, by allowing veterans to choose whether to seek care at a VA facility or within their own community. Most legislation would ensure that the VA is fully focused on meeting the needs of our veterans. And then it states here, U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville introduced the companion legislation on the U.S. Senate side. So again, it is, where is it? Jeez. All right. So it is called the No VA Resources for Illegal Aliens Act. If you support it, you support it. If you don't, you don't. No matter what, you should voice your opinion to your local representative. With that, nothing happens, or without that, nothing happens, right? It takes us to speak up. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.